Sports pregame show.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and a very special holiday wish from all of us here at 2K Sports.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Ernie Johnson and Shaq and Kenny.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, it's
Santa Claus.
What a festive day it is. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the New Orleans Pelicans. And for New Orleans, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. From all of us here at 2K, Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
Nowhere I would rather be on this day than here with you guys.
I got a couple other places, but this is not bad either.
You know
I got a couple other
Christmas,
places,
Ernie?
got a couple other guys.
You know
got
what
a
I got
couple
for
other
Christmas
people.
this morning?
Yeah. What'd you give?
Not a dang thing.
No?
I'm
No
Santa,
gifts?
I'm Santa Claus. Santa Claus don't get gifts.
Oh. Well, it sure is great to be here and be watching NBA hoop, isn't it,
It
fellas?
is, buddy. It sure is.
Well, I appreciate the helicopter, Santa, that you got me today.
That wasn't Santa. That was me.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, no problem.
Well, I think the game's just about ready to start. So what do you say we go to Kevin Harlan?
Yeah.
Good idea.
I
Kev.
didn't buy that for you. You got to return it.
Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We're in Miami for some Heat basketball. This hometown crowd ready to go. Look at New Orleans. Try as they might, they've fallen behind the pack, but a chance here to reclaim some ground. It might be tough, but this is a team they're capable of beating.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, it's full makeover time now, guys. I'm sure they've learned their lesson that this roster is not one that can sustain any kind of success in today's NBA.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Evans comprise the backcourt. Hill is out there with Anthony Davis, and it's Ajinça in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Outside Dragic. Dishes to Winslow. Williams gets to Dragic. Williams a screen on Holiday. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Near the three-point line, it's Dragic. And Davis pulls it down. You look at what Anthony Davis has accomplished so far in his career, the historic comparisons. I mean, they're mind-boggling. For a kid 23, Greg, the historic comparisons are very favorable for him.
I mean, he's been compared to a young KG and Duncan quite often. But in his first few seasons, his numbers look the most similar to Hakeem the Dream. And that's about as good a company as you can get.
And so it's the Heat hitting on the board first. Evans attacking. The dish to Ajinça. The basket good off the assist from Evans.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
Richardson against Evans. Richardson with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against Detroit.
Yeah, but I also thought the rebounding was impressive. He got some huge boards in that game.
Dragic with a wide open look. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here is Holiday. He had 10 points in the win against Portland. To the paint. 9 feet out. And Davis can't get it to go. The Heat with the lead. Outside Dragic. He kicks to Richardson. To the left wing. Right side, the pass to Dragic. Launches a three. And he gets it to go. Dragic has got 5 now.
good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Holiday dishes to Ajinça. Pass to Evans. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Last season was possibly the best of Tyreke Evans' career, at least since his unbelievable rookie campaign.
Yeah, and Kev, a lot of that has to do with his injury history. I mean, last year he played in 79 games. That's the most of his career. So you could say it was probably the healthiest season he's had since he was a rookie.
Winslow's shot is off. Pelicans trail by 3. And Holiday kicks to Ajinça. Hill passes to Davis. Cannot hit. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
You know, back to Tyreke Evans last year, he had a big jump in three-point percentage. He was also up in assists, rebounds, really did a lot of good things. The only bad news, he was also up in turnovers.
Now here's Dragic, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Good ball movement here by the Heat. From the corner, Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And talking about Tyreke Evans, you really hope he can build on what he did last year. He has too much talent to waste on inconsistency. Time for him to just step up here in the prime of his career.
Here's Dragic after Drew Holiday's score. Outside Dragic. Whiteside, a screen on Holiday. And it's Dragic off the drive. Williams with a clean look. That's him coming off an assist from Dragic.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Evans, coming off a solid outing against Portland. Holiday, a screen on Whiteside. Davis. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And really, I thought Anthony Davis a season ago just took the league by storm. I mean, jaw-dropping numbers. I think you could argue if the Pelicans' record had been a little better, he probably would have won the league MVP.
And you look at the development of Anthony Davis last season, far and away the best player efficiency rating-wise in Clark, the NBA.
Yeah, that's called PER, player efficiency rating, one of the 4 best marks in NBA history for Davis, alongside Chamberlain, Jordan, and LeBron James.
And both free throws good for Davis.
And last season, the Pelicans made it into the playoffs. I mean, could have had an easier road to get there if they were stronger against the Eastern Conference.
Hill dishes to Holiday. Davis setting the pick for Holiday. Davis sets a screen. And Holiday, here we go. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Dragic kicks to Winslow. Evans against Dragic. Pass to Whiteside. Richardson dishes to Whiteside. Dragic against Evans. The tray. Dragic gets the bucket. Dragic has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Heat. And the Pelicans were solid against the East, Clark. 16 and 14. But as Greg was just saying, a lot of games left on the table for him.
Well, they had the lowest win total against the East of any Western playoff team. Really, the Pelicans were lucky to get in, given how many games they gave away against the East.
And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard, a lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy. coveted by many.
He really is. And, Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the three or just taking it to the rack himself.
Right here, over these last 10 games on the Heat schedule, this is how they stack up in the league stats. 6th in fewest turnovers per game, 7th in three-point field goal percentage, and they're in the top half of the league in getting steals as well. Not bad, but could be better.
And call me crazy, but I really believe turnovers are one of those game-changing stats. Their ability to avoid those miscues and make the right play consistently has been tremendously important.
And, you know, back to Goran Dragic, many of his transition opportunities start with his aggressive defense. Very active with his hands, has the instincts to jump passing lanes, the long arms, to pick off passes. Suddenly, when he gets a steal, he's off and running.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Winslow kicks to Whiteside. Back to Johnson. Williams a screen. Passes it to Winslow. From beyond the arc. No good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way.
And talking about Goran Dragic, the one thing he has to be careful with is being over-aggressive on deep. Reaching for steals makes you susceptible to blow-bys and escape dribbles, and that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent. Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Outside Williams. Johnson at the elbow. Back to Williams. Holiday against Dragic. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Dragic has got 10 points.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Jones. He's coming off a 10-point game against Portland.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well.
Dragic against Hill. It's Dragic with the drive. Pelicans with the rebound. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. The Pelicans have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Screen by Jones. Davis with a screen on Williams. Davis setting the pick for Evans. The pass to Jones. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 5th rebound in this one. Dragic the pass to Johnson. There's a screen by Williams. Lets it go with a 3. Dragic with another miss.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
And Holiday kicks to Jones. And there's the feed to Evans. Screen by Jones. On the wing, Hill. His first shot coming late. No good. Good work defensively by Johnson. Miami's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. It's Dragic with the drive, and Davis sends it back. And pushing it up, here's New Orleans. Evans leading the charge.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
And guys, Tyreke Evans is so versatile. Great instincts, well-developed skill set. He can beat you every way you turn.
about the numbers for Whiteside. Just an incredible month of basketball. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 12 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
Impossible to guard right now. When he's on a roll like this, there's not much you can do to stop him.
Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. Dion Waiters comes in for Goran Dragic. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Omer Asher, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. Pondexter comes in for Solomon Hill. Champs checked in for Tyreek Evans. And Moore subbed in for Drew Holiday. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
That's his first personal foul.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals. But he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
And, G.A., as you said with Whiteside, his fiery attitude flared up a few times last season, and it hurt his team more than once in Miami.
No doubt. It's something that he has got to work on. I mean, he's proven that he can be a big-time player in this league, but he can't have the mental lapses that get him tossed from games and hurt his team.
Now here's Winslow, following the miss by Terrence Jones. Whiteside dishes to Waiters. 11 feet away, and Jones sends it back. And now the Pelicans on the break. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul.
Pelicans shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
At the line for 2.
And the first one drops. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
And the Heat making a change here. Ellington's checked in, so he gets them both.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Now here's Johnson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Waiters passes to Whiteside. Pelicans with the rebound. Fresh from a win against Portland.
The thing I took away from that game was just how dominant they were on the backboard.
Well, it would have been hard not to see how dominant they were based on the numbers. I mean, they just completely dominated the glass.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. They only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
Here's Johnson. The Pelicans make their last shot. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Well, he surprised me with that move, but he just couldn't capitalize.
Pass to Champ. Here's the 3. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Now Johnson. 14 points from him the last game against Detroit. Johnson at the elbow. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson outside. They need this. And it's Johnson again missing. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Moore's running. Champ the pass to Jones. And another 3 for New Orleans.
And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from...
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. and a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively.
Just getting to the basket more, being able to finish with the defender in front of me. I think getting to the line a lot more as well. I think, getting to the line and finishing at the basket.
2 huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
And we're ready to get rolling once again here for our Christmas Day matchup. And what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
Wayne Ellington is out there with James Johnson. Then there's Richardson. Then it's Johnson. And it's Williams at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Johnson kicks to Johnson. He feeds it to Ellington. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer. Pelicans with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now it's a 10-point Pelican lead.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
The shot by Ellington, no good.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Holiday, the pass to Champ. They get it back.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Feeds it to Richardson. Now here's Johnson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. It's tipped. And here's Holiday. Evans dishes to Holiday. The 11-footer, it's deflected. Johnson against Evans. Ellington kicks to Richardson. Good ball movement here by the Heat. There's a screen by Williams. Here's Richardson. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Evans against Richardson. Evans with it. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. And Davis, here we go. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, as the season wore on, guys, the Pelicans became a matchup that nobody wanted to see. Very tough against teams and had very few weaknesses, too.
Well, for the Pelicans last season, they were a tough matchup. The defense was one thing, but their mentality, the way they thought through the game was fantastic.
Yeah, and Kevin, you look at their record against other playoff teams, and it stacks up well. I mean, they made the playoffs by never thinking they were at a disadvantage on the floor. And having that kind of confidence in a young team, that only really speaks for positives moving forward.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Winslow's checked in for Ellington. And it's Dragic in for Tyler Johnson. He's off on the second. A lot's been made of the Heat fans in the past for walking out during the finals game where they looked to be out of it. But credit, the Miami Heat fans, Greg, with last year sticking with this team.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I would have walked out as well because I thought it was over. But with LeBron out of town, a lot of Heat fans could have jumped off the bandwagon. But you know what? They stayed with it. So although the weather is fair, the fans are not.
Oh, well said.
Thank you.
Outside Hill. He dishes it to Evans. Davis with a screen on Richardson. Evans passes to Davis. Cannot hit. Excellent D there from Williams.
And, you know, for the Heat, despite the struggles, they still sold out every game here last season. They were among the top teams in the league in total attendance.
Johnson kicks to Winslow. Evans against Dragic. Deep. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Pelicans ball.
And a look now at our 2K leaderboard to see which wingmen have come away with the most steals over the past month. Pelicans leading by 9. Outside Holiday. Kicks to Evans. Here's the teardrop. And Winslow pulls it down.
And really, they showed up in force, even as the Heat fell to the back of the pack. The Heat only 20-21 last year at American Airlines Arena, but the fans love them all the same.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Outside Hill. 6 to shoot. Here's Davis. That doesn't go either for Davis.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Winslow dishes to Dragic. He kicks it to Johnson. Richardson with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Williams trying to break free, and yes, sir, that one drops. And now it's only a 5-point Pelican lead.
He's got to quit while he's ahead, Kev. It worked that last time, but that's an invitation for a turnover.
Holiday attacking, shot to stop the drought. Good D by Williams.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Evans outside. Another shot, and he lays it up and in. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button. You know, guys, looking at the Pelicans over the last 10 and how they compare to the rest of the league. 2nd in blocks, 4th in steals, and they're in the top 10 in rebounds. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
And how about that sky-high ranking in terms of blocks per game? Sometimes that can indicate a team's allowing too many drives to the rim, but it's sure nice to have bigs who can send it away as a last resort.
Waiters, he's checked in for Richardson. Jones checked in for the Pelicans. Johnson against Davis. Johnson, the pass to Winslow. Dishes it to Dragic. Fires from deep. No good. Holiday with the defensive effort.
And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded.
Evans outside. Lets it go from the wing. Cannot hit. Now the Heat take it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game, and they just had so few opportunities. I think that was their Achilles heel.
Yeah, I agree. Hard to win games when every offensive possession is one shot, then a jog back the other way to play defense.
And, of course, Dragic was traded to Miami last season. Said he felt betrayed by the Suns front office, which spurred him wanting out of Phoenix and to South Florida.
Yeah, you know what? We'll never know the whole truth about that situation, but Dragic said they told him one thing with personnel and did something else.
Whiteside's checked in for Miami. New Orleans also making some changes. Ashik comes in for Anthony Davis. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Tyreke Evans. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And looking at Drew Holiday, there's one thing he could do to really improve his game. Something that would, for the first time in a full season, help get his field goal percentage up over 45%. And that's just to get to the rim more often, attack off the dribble.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And they'll keep possession. A second chance effort. Can't get it to go. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. On the topic of Holiday, there's one stat that proves that he hasn't been going to the basket. He is averaging, Clark, less than 2 free throw attempts a game.
Yeah, his direct competitors are getting to the line. Guys like Lillard and Steph Curry shoot more than double the free throw. That's one reason why through last season they'd won a lot more games than Holiday.
That is good.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Winslow kicks to Whiteside. Moore against Waiters. And it's off the back rim, no good. New Orleans leading by 12. Holiday dishes to Hill. Moore outside and taken away by Johnson. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. And he gets it to go. Whiteside's got 6 points.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And Moore kicks to Holiday. Jones sets the pick for Holiday. Inside, stolen by Winslow. Whiteside up top. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. And Waiters kicks to Johnson. Stolen by Ashik. Now Moore. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Dragic against Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from 14. And it doesn't even draw iron.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Now here's Dragic. He's got 12. The dish to Winslow. Puts up a 3. No luck.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Holiday, the pass to Moore. And Whiteside sends it back. Now here's Dragic, the fast break opportunity. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Pelicans.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Ellington comes in for James Johnson, and it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. The Pelicans also changing it up. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Hill, and Champs subbed in for Drew Holiday. Both shots good from the stripe.
And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
Jones dishes to Moore. Jones with the screen on Johnson. Here's Moore. Buried from 15 feet out. Moore's got his first bucket in this one. With Winslow, it's all about improvement and being great on the big stage. I think he can do that, Greg. You talked about, what he did in that national championship run. Clark, he was a fantastic foundation to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? He's not got many holes in his game. Solid at the defensive end, can score a lot of ways, puts his hands on winning at both ends of the floor.
We've got 33 seconds left now here in the second. To the inside. Pondexter, no good.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Johnson kicks to Waiters. Back to Johnson. Right side a screen. Off the pick. The offensive rebound and another shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Whiteside's got it back down to single digits for Miami.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Pelicans lead by 8. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach, with this type of ball game, what needs to happen in order for you to pull out a win tonight?
Well, we have to play through some of the tough times, okay, whether it's a missed call or whether missed shots. This is a passionate game, and we got to stay the course.
Coach, thank you so much. Guys, handling both adversity and prosperity, so crucial.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's New Orleans in control. They have a solid 8-point lead. Shaq, what you think?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Kenny, what'd you think about Miami?
They're not getting to the line or putting enough pressure on the defense. They have to be much more aggressive pushing the basketball, going hard to the rack. Because if you want the refs to make a call, put them in the position to make a judgment call. If you're not creating opportunities for contact, you have no chance of picking up points at the line.
All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. And they're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. You have to like what we're seeing from Goran Dragic.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Evans comprise the backcourt. Anthony Davis is out there with Hill, and it's Ajinça in at the center position. Richardson kicks to Winslow. Williams with the ball, working out Ajinça. And the jam by Whiteside.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Evans against Richardson. Evans goes in, shakes off the strong D, and gets to the bucket for 2. The Heat trail by 10. Dragic the pass to Richardson. Pelicans with the rebound. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And Holiday kicks to Ajinça. Pass to Evans. The feed to Ajinça. Holiday against Richardson. Holiday goes in. Can't hit from the elbow.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Whiteside, a screen on Evans. Dragic kicks to Winslow. And the 3 off target. New Orleans leading by 10. Last year, the Pelicans, Greg, pushed their way into the postseason. It was a neck-and-neck battle for that number 8 spot, as you recall, with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about the excitement down the stretch? They were able to edge out the Thunder and Russell Westbrook on that just point binge down the stretch there. And what a final day that was. A big, huge win over the Spurs let them get into the postseason for the first time under the Pelican moniker.
And as you said, I mean, New Orleans made the playoffs for the first time under the name Pelicans. Unfortunately for them, they ran into the Warriors in the first round and were promptly swept away.
And looking now at the numbers for Holiday, some impressive play from him over the last month. He's around 14 points per game, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every train needs a conductor, man. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
The Heat trail by 12.
And thinking back to the Pelicans playoffs from last year, let a 20-point lead slip away in that fourth quarter of Game 3. But they played better than a sweep and got valuable postseason experience for that young roster.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off a team, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Pelicans leading by 10. Pass to Davis. Outside Hill. Here's the screen. The pass to Evans. To the inside. Ajinça with the bucket. Ajinça's got the lead up to 12 now for New Orleans.
And defensively, these guys are looking for answers. Since halftime, they've seemed disjointed and out of sync. They have got to get back that rhythm defensively.
Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Holiday against Dragic. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And Miami making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Pass to Williams. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And you guys, he was once considered a tweener, but now I think Derek Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
Well, last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
He hits the second from the line.
And guys, something new for the NBA is the HGH testing that's been put in place. It's something the league hasn't had too many issues with or even accusations, but better to stamp it out early. And hard to argue that it should be in place.
And with the HGH testing, it's done in every major sport. Seems like the right thing to do for the NBA. Just make sure everyone is on a level playing field, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think the punishment will be fair. First positive gets you a 20-game ban. The second one, 45.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Whiteside. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Davis with the bucket.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Dragic kicks to Williams. Right side a screen. Feeds it to Dragic. Knocked away. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
Miami ball.
Let's pop over to our 2K leaderboard to see which power forwards and centers have had the most productive last month offensively. Anthony Davis, number 1.
He is so polished offensively in the low post. I mean, even when the defense collapses, he's got guys all around, and he finds a way to put the ball in the basket.
And, you know, that's the thing. Operating in traffic is essential if you're going to be effective in the paint. And composure is essential as well. He doesn't get rattled easily, and that's why he's at the top of the list.
Holiday against Dragic. Holiday gets the bucket. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for New Orleans.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Miami no good on that time either.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Here's Davis, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And guys, for Drew Holiday last season was a tale of two halves. Over the first half, he displayed the leadership and the playmaking skills the team had originally acquired him for.
You know what, Kevin? Over the second half of the year, everything just kind of fell apart for Drew. He couldn't shake an injury to his lower right leg, and as a result, had to watch from the bench as his team fought for its playoff lives.
It's Dragic with the drive, lays it up and banks it in. Dragic has got 14 points for the game.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Evans inside. Richardson covering. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And when you talk about Holiday, the Pelicans really needed his contribution last season. He can score and distribute the basketball equally as well. An excellent all-around defender. Exactly what you want in a point guard, except that he just couldn't stay healthy.
Evans attacking. And he jams it with authority.
And how about the role reversal there? I mean, slamming it down right in the face of the big fella.
Johnson outside. Outside, Dragic. Right side, a screen. 3 on the clock. And Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And the Heat with some changes. Waiters comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. New Orleans also making some changes. Jones comes in for Alexis Ajinça. And Champs subbed in for Solomon Hill.
And for Holiday, I love his effort. He works extremely hard. His injuries, no fault of his own, just a run of misfortune. Let's hope this talented young man can turn it around and keep it turned around from a health standpoint.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Davis. Averaging about 26 points per, 10 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
An offensive powerhouse. He can just beat you in so many ways. Got to give it up for him. Much love.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Moore's checked in. Here's Johnson. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Pelicans leading by 13. Moore left side. He feeds it to Davis. Here's Champ. And the shot is good. Champ's got 11 points.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Williams kicks to Richardson. Williams sets a screen for Johnson. Floats one, and he gets it to go. Johnson's got his second basket of the game.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Moore outside. Davis sets a screen. And it's Moore penetrating. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Williams. Well, New Orleans is still a relatively young team, but they play with the maturity, I think, Clark, that's beyond their years.
You know, Kevin, the average age for them last year was just over 25 years old, and the youngest team in the West, actually, to make it to the playoffs last year.
The Pelicans have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line. And for the Pelicans, part of why they look so mature is how they protect leads. I mean, rarely giving away points for free and knowing how to close out games.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Richardson. Second free throw, no good.
And, you know, guys, the Pelicans only lost 5 games last year where they led going into the fourth quarter. They won 38 when entering the fourth quarter with the lead. That's very mature basketball for a team that's as young as they are.
And, guys, Dion Waiters is a man who has never met a shot he didn't like. Despite shooting less than 40% from the field last season, he just kept on shooting. Now, every once in a while, he'd get hot and it would look good. But when he's off, which was most of the time, it didn't look very good. He's got to improve shot selection and shot discipline.
Ray, getting back to Waiters, there's a reason the Cavaliers dealt the former 4th overall pick in the draft. Not only did he shoot poorly, but Clark, he averaged less than 2 assists a game.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset adjustment with Waiters. I've loved his talent and his ability to make plays and shots. Now he just has to recalibrate his thinking so he can be effective in the role he's asked to play.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Yeah, exactly. An interconference matchup here. Not a lot of familiarity, but I wouldn't say they caught them off guard. There's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other team was watching.
Here's more. The rebound by Johnson.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
That's his second personal foul.
The Heat have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad. Getting to the stripe is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half, guys.
And when you're behind, it's a good strategy. Not only do you get points, but you also get to set your defense.
Omer Asher, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Good on the second free throw. Pelicans leading by 11. And Moore kicks to Jones. Screen by Jones. New Orleans moving the ball around. They set the pick. Down low. Here's Hushik. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Johnson outside. Poked away. Now running up the court. Evans trying to push it up. And that one's good. 13 points for Champ.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Johnson outside. Raiders on the wing. The 3. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. 7 points for Dion Waiters. Balanced scoring, Clark, for him. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Evans attacking, and it's Miami with the rebound. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And here is Waiters. 7 points in the game. 9 feet out, and that one goes long.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Evans, right side. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Evans has got 12 in the game.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Johnson attacking. To the middle. Here's Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
New Orleans leading by 12. 41 seconds left to play here in the third. Moore outside. 4 on the shot clock. High arcing shot. Kicks it out to Jones. Asik with a screen on Johnson. Johnson against Moore. Inside, Asik. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Asik's got his second basket.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Here's Waiters. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats the buzzer.
That's superb clock management there, maximizing every second of the clock in that situation. Well done.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Whiteside is out there with Winslow. Then there's Dragic. Then there's Richardson. And it's Waiters in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. He dishes it to Whiteside. And he jams it with authority.
Well, for one, he hasn't let him down. But a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. It's Hill on the wing. He's guarded by Waiters. Holiday attacking.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Dragic against Holiday. Dragic left side. And Holiday, here we go. A quick shot there, and it's off target. The Heat trail by 10. Shoots from 14, and Dragic gets it to go on the assist from Dion Waiters. 16 points for Goran Dragic. And the Pelicans with possession here. 17 points was their biggest margin. Davis sends a screen. There's a screen. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Hill. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Holiday inside the line. Holiday with another miss. The Heat shooting for the game at 42%. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Here's Richardson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his second personal foul. Richardson. 2.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often, that's the case for this team.
And he sinks the second. Pelicans leading by 7. Outside Holiday. He kicks it to Pondexter. Pick up by Hill. Clock at 6. Here's Davis. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Good game for Davis. He's got 12 rebounds and 2 rejections.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
First one falls for him.
And with the way the Warriors went on a rampage last year, you knew that Alvin Gentry would be in demand, was the architect behind the Warriors' offense, is one of the best offensive minds in our league.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And with Gentry, his offensive prowess can't be understated, Greg. His peers joke and say he can draw up an open look for a corpse. I don't know about that, Clark, but we know he's talented. He's got a great offensive mind.
And you know that's right. And with this Pelicans team, he has plenty of firepower to work with, too.
Oh, he does. You're right. Holiday dishes to Davis. Davis with a screen on Richardson. Pondexter kicks to Davis. Miami grabs the miss. Whiteside's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Waiters passes to Whiteside. Here's Dragic. Got a hand on it. Hill kicks to Holiday. Davis against Dragic. Runner in the lane. No good off the back of the rim.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
That's his first personal foul. Dion Waiters. 2.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Take a look at what Waiters has been doing. 10 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Okay, Miami, now coming out of the court are your Heat answers. Let me hear ya.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to listen in on what Alvin Gentry had to say to the team. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
Derek Williams checked in for the Heat. Hill kicks to Pondexter. Davis sets a screen. Outside Holiday. It's stolen by Dragic. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. 13 feet away. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Dragic having a good one. 18 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
That free throw missing. No luck that time either. Pelicans leading by 4. Holiday dishes to Hill. Back to Holiday. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Three-pointer, Pondexter. That's good. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Dragic kicks to Williams, and Davis sends it back. Holiday, the pass to Hill. Holiday goes in. Ajinça dishes to Pondexter. New Orleans moving the ball around. Davis sets a screen. 6 to shoot. Pondexter kicks to Davis. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Holiday against Dragic. Dishes it to Whiteside. It's Richardson on the wing. Back to Whiteside. Pass to Dragic. Now the feed to Williams. That's tipped. Here's Holiday. The dish to Davis. Passes it to Pondexter. Tries from 10. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Richardson with it. Williams a screen. Right side, Dragic. It's deflected. Now Pondexter. Ajinça the pass to Hill. Outside Holiday. They set the pick. It's back to Hill. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Richardson with it. He's picked up by Hill. Now here is Holiday. And the pass to Davis. Feeds it to Pondexter. Back to Davis. Outside Holiday. And it's Miami with the rebound. Winslow's got 6 rebounds in the game. Whiteside kicks to Winslow. Miami no good on that time either. New Orleans leading by 9. Pondexter dishes to Holiday. Shot left block. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Dragic the pass to Williams. Comes up empty from 8 feet.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Pondexter kicks to Hill. Davis dishes to Holiday. It's deflected. The Heat trail by 9. Dragic kicks to Richardson. Pass to Winslow. Picked by Williams. Down low. Taken away by Holiday. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Shooting for Miami, Solomon Hill. Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. The Heat making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And a change for the Pelicans. Evans, he's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Heat have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Winslow kicks to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. They need this. The shot is off, and New Orleans will go the other way with it. 17 points was their biggest margin. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Holiday, and the jam by Ajinça.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes,
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Outside Williams. Got a piece of it. Here's Hill. He feeds it to Holiday. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. And that's now 11 points for Drew Holiday.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain him.
The Heat trail by 15. And here's Winslow. Whiteside a screen. Winslow the pass to Whiteside. And the basket good.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Here are the Pelicans with the ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Outside Dragic. He dishes it to Johnson. Offline with his 3.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Outside Holiday. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Puts up the baby hook. Rebound by Williams.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Whiteside a screen on Holiday. Winslow wide open. He fires, and it's off from three-point range. New Orleans leading by 13. Outside Davis. 1:37 left to play here in the fourth. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good. Davis has got 9 points here in the second half.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on the limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
Dragic against Holiday. Whiteside dishes to Dragic. Here's Williams, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Pelicans.
Clark, the differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
They made the defense adjust by moving the ball like that, and there was no answer for it.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for Davis. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play. I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
It's stolen by Dragic. Kicks it to Winslow. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
That's his second personal foul. Substitution on the court.
And here are the Pelicans now, and they go to the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Miami, Chan. At the line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game.
Give it up for your Heat Dancers.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer Ellington. Pelicans pull it in. Here's Jones. So New Orleans wins it. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Tyreek, what was the focus on strategy for this team coming into tonight's game?
Just playing hard. We had a meeting today as a team, and we just wanted to come in here and play hard with energy. That's where it starts from. And we did a great job that tonight.
Tyreek, thank you. Kevin, amazing what can happen when you play hard.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And coming up next, the postgame show with Ernie Johnson, Shaq, and Kenny the Jet.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis. He had a double-double and made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance really inspired the rest of his team.
You're not going to see a lot of guys have 15 rebounds in a night. He was hustling all game long and didn't seem to waver at all. you could sort of tell early that this was going to be a great game for him.
The one thing you know about Dave is that he's always going to play with an insane amount of energy. It's always full speed ahead with him, and we saw that tonight. Offensively, he plays as well as anyone.
And that will do it for our special Christmas Day broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon, and good night, everybody.